Thank you for joining me in this week's episode of Tuesdays with Stacy, Simple Ways to Improve Your Life. This week's episode, we're going to be talking about eliminating the bad versus good when it comes to food. So a lot of us have heard many foods that should be avoided, many foods that are deemed as bad, lots of foods that are deemed as good and good for us. However, I want to share with you today a new perspective on labeling foods as good versus bad, and how by not doing this, it has drastically improved my relationship to food and my body, and my hopes throughout our time together through these episodes is that you begin to improve your relationship with food and your body as well. And through these simple steps that I'm sharing with you, I know that it can happen because it has happened for myself and many others. So please stay tuned, and if you would like personal reminders of when new episodes come out, please be sure to sign up for my weekly newsletter. There's a link for you to do that below this video. So let's get started with this week's topic, and that is not labeling food as good or bad. And this is because when we label food as bad, there are lots of foods that we've been told are bad for us, yet we want to eat them anyways. And it is okay to indulge in foods that you want to. However, just like anything, when you overindulge in something or have too much of anything, it is not a good thing. However, if you want to eat a chocolate bar, if you want to have that donut with your coffee, if you want to have a piece of cake on your birthday, these are all things that are okay. They are okay to eat them. But when we label these types of foods as bad, whether it's our birthday or whether it's a regular day in the week, we are now telling ourselves that when we eat this food is an enemy and it's going to reject it in some way. It's either going to make us feel sick to our stomachs after we eat it, we're going to feel guilty. There are many ways it can manifest as rejection in our body. And when it comes to eating foods that would actually bring us joy, labeling this food as bad isn't serving us any good. So by not labeling it good and not labeling it bad, we are now allowing ourselves to eat foods that we choose to eat when we want to, and allowing ourselves to enjoy the full experience of eating this food. So it's not as pleasant to eat these types of foods when we are telling ourselves, oh, I shouldn't be eating this right now, and then we eat it anyways, and then we feel guilty, and then the whole experience becomes unenjoyable, and we feel horrible inside, like we've done something we really shouldn't. And this is no way to feel about food or your body, especially when it comes to something you actually want to be enjoying. Instead, we need to give ourselves permission to eat these foods when we want to. We need to allow ourselves to have these experiences, because in the end, this is your life, your body, your choices around whatever food you want to eat. And the same can go for foods that have been deemed as good, whether it's a vegetable or a fruit or anything that you've been told is good for you. Your body personally may not respond well to it. This is what I found for broccoli. When I would eat broccoli, I didn't know it was broccoli for a long time, but I would start experiencing symptoms such as like really sharp gas pains in my stomach, and I would feel really heavy and bloated and almost sick to my stomach. And I thought maybe there was something added into my food that I didn't realize. Maybe I was eating things I already knew that my body didn't respond well to. But after talking to a fellow coach, she brought it up to me that it could be the broccoli, because I had explained things that I had been eating, And when I started cutting back and not eating as much broccoli, I noticed that these symptoms were dissolving. They weren't happening as much. So I stopped eating broccoli, and I haven't been experiencing those symptoms yet. So I don't deem broccoli as bad, because broccoli has lots of good nutrients and does a lot of good things for the body. However, for my body personally, it doesn't do well, so I just choose to avoid eating this food. And the same with gluten. I know that gluten doesn't respond well to my body, and I personally make that choice for myself to not eat it. I don't deem it as bad. I don't deem it as good. It is neutral, and a choice I make personally for myself to eat or to not eat this food. And I feel like by doing this for yourself too, not deeming any food as bad, not deeming any food as good, just leaving all foods neutral, allows yourself to now make this choice for yourself and decide whether or not you want to eat it. Giving yourself the power of choice really, I feel, increases your confidence in yourself, confidence in being able to make a decision, confidence in being able to make a choice that is empowering and supportive of the goals you want to make. And even just confidence that you are able to do things to enjoy your life more. So by breaking free from these limits of bad foods versus good foods, and allowing yourself to enjoy the experience of eating the foods you want to eat when you want to eat them, can drastically improve your relationship to food in your body. If you have any more questions, or like I said earlier, if you want to be notified of when a new episode comes out, please sign up for my newsletter and send me any questions you may have. I hope you enjoy your week. I will see you next week on my next episode, Tuesdays with Stacy, Simple Ways to Improve Your Life.